Hey guys, it's Darlene and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today's video is my 1-year update for my breast cancer journey. It has been 1 year since I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed last year at the end of May, and then, God willing, I will have been 1 year cancer-free at the end of July. So I'm going to talk about the changes that have occurred and how I'm feeling since the last time I've updated you. I'm not going to go through the whole entire story. If you are new here, welcome. You can go to the playlist, and I've documented the majority of my breast cancer journey. I think that there's two parts to this. There's the physical aspects and the emotional aspects. So physically, let's talk about that. I'm not planning on getting reconstructive surgery. I have not changed my mind. My husband recently asked me if I have changed my mind. I'm like, no. You want a two-breasted woman, go get a new wife. Because this one's, I'm not risking my life for a breast. For those of you that are new here, tiny bit of backstory is that my mastectomy did not go well at all. I ended up having to have 3 surgeries in 7 weeks with a 9-day hospital stay for a hospital infection. I was done. My body was done. Not going to risk my life for a boob. It's just not worth it to me. So I've totally accepted that. Physically as well, my arm, you know, because they really, man, they do a number on you. And, you know, having 3 surgeries, that's, you know, not as good as having only one. And so I had very little range of motion. It's a little stiff, but I'm actually got feeling, because I didn't have any feeling all the way, like all the way around the whole shoulder pretty much. So I pretty much have feeling all through my actual arm. So that's actually just recently happened in the last few weeks. I would say it's probably 95% workable arm. I had an estrogen positive cancer, and I am in menopause. I have gone through menopause, so they wanted me to take a basically an estrogen inhibitor. It's called an aromatase inhibitor is what it's called. So it basically suppresses what little estrogen I do have. I don't have any working ovaries, but estrogen is produced in small amounts by all your other organs, like your liver, kidneys, things like that. I have chosen at this point not to take it. I understand the risks. I understand. I've read all the research. It's just my choice. And let me just say something. I always preface this in a video when I'm doing about my breast cancer journey. This is my journey. Everybody's journey is different. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody's journey. Some people have a problem with the way their body looks afterwards. Some people will get reconstructive surgery, some people won't. Some people have to have chemo, some people won't. Some people will have a lot of complications, and some people will breeze through it. The breezing through people, and I'm always as honest as I possibly can. My plastic surgeons and other surgeons probably hate that I'm this honest, but I really don't care, because I think that one of the things I absolutely think is that doctors up front, surgeons, plastic surgeons, oncologists should be up front 100%. And I don't feel that they are as upfront as they should be, because for you to breeze through something like a mastectomy, yeah, you're a unicorn. That's what my doctor's office called it, is the unicorn, when somebody has no complications. There's a 1 in 3 chance of you having a complication in a mastectomy. Who tells you that? And I love my surgeon, don't get me wrong. But I think that they should be more forthcoming, and hopefully they are now. Alright, so some of you may ask why I've chosen not to take the aromatase inhibitor, especially when I know that it could very well save my life at some point. I have chosen not to take it because I have bad days. And when they're bad days, they're bad days. And by taking that aromatase inhibitor, there'll be worse days. And then any good days that I have, I could potentially just never have a good day. And I'm all about quality of life. I almost died with the thyroid cancer complications, and then I turn around and my life was certainly in jeopardy last year with these surgeries that I had to have in the hospital, infection. So I take every good day, and if that means that I only have 5 good years, then I'm gonna take 5 freaking good years instead of 10 crappy years. That's my philosophy. Actually, right now I mentally cannot take a pill that I've not met one woman that has not had an adverse effect on. Physically, I get tired a lot. You know, I'll have really good weeks or even sometimes months, and then I do what's called crashing and burning. That has a lot to do with the fact that I have underlying health conditions besides having breast cancer. I had thyroid cancer in 2011, so I don't have a thyroid. They damaged my parathyroid glands. I don't have much luck with surgery. So I can't regulate calcium, I can't regulate magnesium, and obviously I don't have a thyroid, so I have to take thyroid medication. So all of those play a factor, and I truly believe that when you remove a breast, that you hit menopause even harder. If you weren't hitting it hard before, you're hitting it harder now. Some of the other things physically, I have gained weight. I have gained approximately, well, at the highest I had gained 17 pounds from last year at my surgery. 17 pounds, that's a lot. I'm still holding on to 10 pounds more than I did when from last year. And in my description box, anytime I do videos, I do change my weight if it's fluctuated more than 5 pounds, because I can fluctuate up and down 5 pounds. So that's been hard, because I've been doing low carb, and normally with low carb I can do low carb for a week and drop any excess. I can do it for a month and drop every pound that I need to. It's just not happening. It's a lot different, and I'll go into a different video about that, but about what I've been having to do in order. I've lost 7 pounds, but I still have 10 to go, to make me happy. You know, it's about yourself, right? Looking at my body, I don't have an issue going, oh my god, I don't have a breast. It's how I can do a bathing suit haul, y'all, at 53 and being completely out of shape. I'm not gonna sit there and get all like bent out of shape and say, wow, I don't have a perfect body at 53. Oh god, I don't have a breast. I shouldn't do a video, a swimsuit video. Who the hell says what? I will say June, which we're in June, and I would presume July will feel the same way. It's a little bit of a sting because it is summer. So I have to, winter, it was easy, right? We wear sweaters, we wear long sleeve shirts, so everything is covering the chest anyways, it's cold. Now, I live in Texas, one of the hottest places in the United States, and you know, I can't wear V-necks. I have to wear camis. You know, in shopping for bathing suits, it was a little bit, you know, annoying. And I see pictures from our vacations, because we took 2 vacations last year before I had my surgery, and I'm like, damn, I had a great pair of knockers for 52. It's 52 back then. And so that is a little bit of a, you know, because plus I was 10 pounds thinner. So it's like, you know, but it just makes me more motivated. I'm like, okay, you know, just do the best you can, and that's really what it's all about, is just doing the best you can. Try not to beat yourself up. If you physically can't do something, screw it. Don't do it. If you are coming down on yourself because of the way your body looks, then get the help that you need, because you're beautiful. 1 breast, 2 breasts, no breasts, you're beautiful. Their breast. Who cares? And I can honestly say that because I only have one, so I can say that. Now, this will be harder for some of you, and I get that. I'm just trying to say, love yourself. Love the fact that you're a survivor and a warrior. That is the one thing I will say. I think the thing that, there's always things in the back of your mind, right? They're not forefront. They're not something you think about every day. At least I hope they're not things you think about every day. But for me, a couple things have helped. Certainly, number one, God, going to church. I got to go to church a couple weeks ago. It was wonderful, beyond wonderful. I cried. but it's also extremely stressful. And we're getting ready to go on vacation, which is extremely stressful. We're literally, I should do a video on all the things that we're doing in order to prepare for our vacation, which is just insane. And maybe I will do that. So it's difficult, but obviously God helped me get through cancer. He will continue to help me no matter what happens. There is always this little part that sometimes creeps up that says, well, how do you know you're cancer free? I do not let it dictate how I live, but I will, as always, I'm going to be as perfectly honest as I can. It's there. It's in the back of your mind, not every day, not every month, but in certain instances, like it's getting close to being 1 year, and I'll be like, oh, I'm 1 year cancer free. And it's like, well, am I cancer free though? I don't know. Who knows, you know? I thought I was cancer free before I had a mammogram. Turns out I had breast cancer. So, you know, it's, yeah, that weighs on you a little bit. But in the end, you have to live, in the end, how I feel is, 1, I'm grateful to God for being here. And 2, I'm grateful for you all for letting me tell my story. And then, 3 is that I have to live life every single day, not worrying about how many days we have, right? Because anything could happen, right? So I guess looking back at this year, that the biggest lessons that I have learned is to definitely research even more than you think. I thought, you know, man, I researched, but I didn't research risk factors. I didn't think that I would need to do that, you know. I thought that they would just, the doctors would be a little more honest. That's number 1, is do more research than you even think that you would want to know, if that's the type of person you are. Some people don't want to know. I want to know. I want to know the worst things that could happen while I'm at my strongest. I don't want to know them when I've had a mastectomy and then I have necrosis and I have skin dying, or I have an infection, or, you know, I have Pseudomonas. I don't want, you know, when I'm at my lowest is definitely not when I want to know that, oh, by the way, 1 in 3 people will have a complication. I don't want to know it then. I want to know it when I'm at my strongest, because then you mentally can be prepared. That is one of the things that I have definitely learned. The other thing is that I learned is that lean on people. Ask for help. I'm horrible at that. I am not one to ask for help. I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. I had alcoholic parents, so I was on my own since I was 16 years old. I guess that mentality has just stayed with me, so I have a hard time asking for help even from God. So I realized when I let go, that's when God showed me all those signs. And I have a whole video on signs. And let me tell you, if you're having a tough time, you've been diagnosed, you know somebody that's been diagnosed, that's the video to watch. Because if you watch that, you will realize that if you let go and you ask for help, whatever it is, for me it was taking away the fear. And he did it. And by God, I walked into that first surgery fearless, if I do say so much, fearless. And then I started to lose faith because, you know, 1 surgery, 2 surgery, 3 surgeries, hospital stays, infections, it just went on. And I was like, why? And then let people help you that are around you. Most important thing, and I'm going to say this again, is that remember that your journey, it's yours. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. Remember that your breast cancer journey is yours. Do not compare yourself. If you do, you will hurt yourself. And this is a disease of the body and the mind. And make no mistake, it will hurt you if you try and compare yourself to anybody else, and don't compare yourself to me either. This is just my journey. This is what I've been through. These are my choices. And that's the thing I've always said, is cancer makes you make choices that you should never have to make. And I hate that we have to make them. And no matter what choice you make, you don't know if it's the right one or not. You're just making the choices because that's what's laid out in front of you, and you have to make them. There's not a single woman that will have the exact same journey. So we're all different, and just remember that. And remember to love yourself, and remember to ask for help. And yeah, that's kind of it, y'all. You guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.